These brothers, shalom brothers and sisters, we are Israel United in Christ. What we are here doing today is to show you so-called blacks, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native American Indians, who you are according to the Bible. I'm using the word so-called because that's not your name. According to the Bible, you so-called blacks, you are the Israelites, according to the Bible.
That's right.
God's chosen people. You're not black, you're not African American, you're not Hispanic.
Raise your voice.
And you're not Native American Indians. We're gonna go to the Bible to show who you really are. Sister, you got a question about your nationality? You want to know who you are according to the Bible? Who are you? What do you call yourself?
Kind and sweet.
Kind and sweet. No, what's your nationality?
Oh, what is my nationality?
You call the application on the job. What do you put down? Black, African American?
Oh, black and African.
Black and African American. All right, now black. Can you take that bus to a country called black? What's a country in the world called black? No, right? You can't go to a place called black, right? So obviously you're not. Obviously you're not black. You can't go to a country called black, right? So obviously you're not black, right? Now African American. Let me tell you history on that. The term, the country called Africa was conquered by a so-called white man called Leo Scipio Africanus. America was conquered by an Italian man called Americo Vespucci. So that's two seeds of two white men. Can you come two seeds of two white men? No, right? We're going to show you at the Bible who you are, all right? We're going to start with Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15.
Bring it out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now that's the prophet Moses. You heard of Moses from the Ten Commandments? Prophet Moses from the Bible. Let's get Deuteronomy 27 and 1. We're going to prove who's talking or who he's talking to. All right? He's talking to the whole world or one group of people. All right? 27 and 1. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel.
So Moses talking to the elders of Israel. So he's talking to the Israelites, right? Go back to 28.
Chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken.
So if the Israelites would not listen, hearken me, listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, read.
Unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments.
To do all God's commandments.
And his statutes,
read.
Which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now curses would not be a bad thing, right? You know how we got to this country? How did the so-called blacks and Hispanics get over to this country? Specifically the blacks, since you call yourself an African American, how did you get to this country, your ancestors? God? You ever heard of slavery? You ever see the movie Roots?
Yes.
So you ever see 12 Years a Slave, those movies, Django? That's real history of how we got into this country, slavery. Now you said God, that's good right there. God did punish us because we didn't do what? Read it from the top again.
Verse 15, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So we'll listen to God, what's going to happen?
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses.
Curses like being brought over here in slave ships. It's going to happen to us. We listen to the voice of the Lord thy God. Get verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Egypt again with ships. Get Exodus 20 and 2. Egypt means slavery, bondage, like you saw in that movie. We're going to prove that, what Egypt means.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of bondage. So what does Egypt mean?
It's
Read that part again. Listen, we're going to see what the word Egypt means.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of bondage. So that's slavery. Like you saw in that movie Roots. Slavery. All right, so get verse 68 again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt
into bondage
again with ships.
So slavery again with ships. So that means it happened one time already, so it's going to happen to us again. Only time it happened to us as the people with slave ships. And the Bible predicted that. Moses is saying that. If we didn't keep God's commandments, we're going to go to slavery with ships. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
That's how he's saying it.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
We won't see our homeland no more again, which is not Africa, it's Jerusalem. Now you call yourself, like I said, African American, right? If I call, what's your name? My name is Michael. What's your name?
Alexandra.
Alexandra. So if I start calling you Tarnisha, would you like that? That's not your name, right? And if everybody in the street start calling you by a different Tarnisha, would you say that's a curse? Because if people are calling you a name that's not yours, Deuteronomy 28:37. That's another curse that's been put on our people, that we've been called by different names. African American, black. Your shirt is black, your skin ain't black.
What can I call you?
Color.
I want to call you.
Hold on right now.
What can I call you, babe? African American.
Sister, don't get distracted.
I would call you
Listen
African
to what the
American.
Bible is saying about you. What your real nationality is. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb.
Proverb, meaning a saying about us. What they say about black people, put something in the book, what? They're not going to read it, right?
I love you.
What they say about us, all black people want to go to the club, hang out and party, right? All we want to do is go out and do drugs, eat chicken and watermelon. That's a saying about us, right?
Who says that? Who says that?
That's what the Bible is saying. We don't keep His commandments. They're going to say these things about
Nobody
us.
says that.
And a byword.
A byword. That means a different name.
I love you.
A byword means like colored, African American, Negro. Back in slavery times, when they brought us from Africa, they changed. They started calling us what? Negroes, right?
No,
that's not our name.
Ever.
In the Bible, we were Israelites.
No, they won't. No, they won't. They'll call you African American.
Listen what?
No, don't listen to him.
All right?
He's lying.
Among all nations,
I will call you an
the Lord
African
shall lead thee.
So among all nations, the so-called whites,
I love you.
Chinese, Arabs, they're going to call us different names. All right? God calls you Israel.
That's right.
From the tribe of Judah.
That's
lying.
Right?
That's
You're
right.
lying,
Let me get what your name.
Why you lying?
Get Genesis 32 and 28.
Why you lying?
All right?
You're lying.
Like I said before,
I will call you
Moses was
an
talking to who?
African
Israelites,
American.
right?
I love
Black
you.
people.
I love you.
African American, two white men, right? That doesn't mean anything to you, right? So most times to the Israelites, we're gonna see what the name Israel means to you. Read.
The book of Genesis, chapter 32, verse 28. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob,
So Jacob was the father of the 12 tribes of Israel. Read.
but Israel.
But Israel. Read.
For as a prince hast thou power with God.
So he's calling all our black men out here princes of God, right? Now you being our sister, a woman, what would that make you? Princess of God, sister.
That's right.
God calls you a princess of God, an Israelite.
That's right.
Know that today, that when somebody calls you black, that's disrespect. Somebody calls you African American, disrespect. Negro, disrespect. Say, I'm a princess and I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Judah.
That's
I go
right.
to the Bible to prove who I am. All right, brother, you got a question?
Yeah, is that Jesus?
Let's see what the Bible says.
And they
What you
said-
talking about? You talking about this image over here? Yeah. This is the true depiction of Jesus Christ, the black Messiah.
Right there, was he a rapist?
This is the beast. Was he a rapist? Was he a rapist? Yeah, the so-called white man raped our people, killed our people, and put them in slavery. So yeah, you could call him exactly right, but he's a racist. But when you go to school today and in this world, what do they show you? This image, right? Do they prove that to you? No, right? Do they prove it to you? How they prove it?
No, they don't.
They don't, right? We're gonna prove to you today, young man, what Christ really looks like and what God really looks like, His Father. All right? Revelation 1:14. Listen up. Listen up, sister. That's your son?
No, that's my uncle.
That's your brother? Listen up.
Uncle Tony told me about it.
What do you say?
My Uncle Tony told me about it.
Told you about what?
He got
Did he show you the Bible? We're gonna show you today, brother. Listen up, listen up.
The book of Revelation,
1 and 1.
chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
Revelation means to reveal. So we're going to reveal Jesus Christ. Showing who Christ is. That's what John is talking about. Read.
Which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
All right, stop. To show unto his servants. All right? So give me verse 12.
Verse 12. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me.
So John is saying he turned around to see who's talking to me. He's looking now. He's seeing with his own eyes. Read.
And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks,
7 candlesticks, right?
one like unto the Son of Man,
Read.
clothed with a garment down to the foot, and
So he had a garment all the way down to his foot. Read on.
girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
So he had a gold belt on. Read.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
His head and his hairs on his face were white like wool. Who got woolly type hair on the face of the earth? Look around you. Look at all these brothers around you. Touch your head. Touch your head. Don't you got woolly hair? Christ got woolly hair just like you, brother.
That's right.
You got woolly hair just like Christ.
That's right.
Read on.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
He had red eyes because Christ drank wine. Did he get drunk? No. But he did drink wine. It's a sin to get drunk. Christ never sinned. So when we drink, the whites of our eyes get red. Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So his feet like unto fine. What color is brass, sister? What color is brass? Brass. What color is brass? What color brass is? Brass will be brown, like the color of a penny. Right? So right now it's saying his feet like color of fine brass. Brown like a penny. So it can't be this dude right here, right? No way can it be him, right? Read on. It's going to get even more distinctive, specific for you. Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters.
So his feet like they burned in a furnace. If you put something in a furnace and burn it, what color is it going to get?
Black, red.
Black, right? Dark. When you burn something, it want to get darker. So what is that showing? Christ is a black man just like you.
That's right.
Dark black man. So when you see your brother in the street, look at him as you're looking at Christ. You shouldn't look at him with no hate. Look at him as you see Jesus, the image of Jesus Christ. A black man with white woolly hair. Now what about God the Father? Wasn't Christ the son of the creator God, right? Let's see what color he is. What they tell you about the Father? He's a spiritual, right? He's a spirit. He has no body, nothing like that. What's what the Bible says about God the Father?
The book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down.
This is Daniel speaking. Read.
And the Ancient of Days did sit.
Ancient of Days. What does that mean? Somebody has no beginning or no end. Who would be that? No beginning and no end. Who would that be? God, right? God the Father, right? Good. Read.
Whose garment was white as snow.
He had a garment on. Meaning what? He had clothes on. So he had to have a body, right? To put clothes on, right? So he can't be all just a spirit floating around. We don't see him. God the Father has a body.
That's
right.
Read.
And the hair of his head.
Hold on. He had hair on his head. If you had hair on your head, what you have to have? A body, right? So you can't be just a spirit floating around and nobody can see you. That means the creator of this universe had hair on his head. Like what?
And the hair of his head like the pure wool.
Like the pure wool. Who got woolly hair, brother? You do, right? You got to fall like the Most High God, brother.
That's right.
Which makes God what? Which makes God what? What does it make him? No, a black man. There you go, brother. A black man just like you. So don't believe this lie right here. This lie right here about Christ looks like this with red skin. All right? It's a total lie.
The brother, what the officer's bringing out is very, very important, because a lot of our people today, they've been deceived by this picture right here. And it creates low self-esteem in our people from a very young age all the way up until they grown adults. That's why you see a lot of our women walking around, they got blonde hair in their head, weaves down their back. Who they trying to emulate? Because we just read that God got hair like wool. So they trying to emulate this right here because this brings low self-esteem in our people. But after learning that God got woolly hair, Christ got woolly hair, he's a black man according to the Bible. His daddy, oh, he looked just like his daddy, which means God's a black man. He's got to do something in us. He's got to change our thought process. Give me that in Deuteronomy 33.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 33, verse 29. Happy art thou, O Israel!
Happy art thou, O Israel, which you said you so-called African American, right? So your name in the Bible is Judah. Whenever you read the Bible, you see Jews or Judah, it's talking about black people. They come from the nation of Israel. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians make up one whole nation, the chosen people of God.
Bring it up.
Your name is Israel, your tribe is Judah. All right, read that again.
Happy art thou, O Israel!
Happy art thou, O Israel. Read on.
Who is like unto thee?
God is asking you a question now. He says, who is like unto you? Who's like you young brothers that got hair like God? Got hair like Christ? Who else got hair like that? Nobody else on the face of the earth. So understanding that, that's something now you got to start changing your mind. Give me Romans 12:1. Understanding that I look like God. I look like Christ. He made me with woolly hair for a reason. So now you don't have to walk around with low self-esteem trying to emulate the other nations, going to the Chinese shop buying $100, $200 worth of weave, or a young man putting blonde streaks in their hair trying to look like Young Thug. Looking foolish, because you know why they do that? They don't know who they God look like. But you know now. You all know that now. Read that in Romans 12.
The book of Romans chapter 12 and verse 1. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice.
So now that you understand that you look like God, and God looks like you, now you got to present your body to God as a living sacrifice. Not walk around cutting yourself, none of that. It means changing the ways that things that you do. No longer do you get weed. No longer do you go around cussing each other out, fighting your brothers, things like that. No longer do you dress in clothes that reveal everything. No longer do you go around hating each other. You present yourself to God as a living sacrifice. Read on.
Holy, acceptable unto God.
Now, that's the thing. What is acceptable to God? That's the thing we got to understand, because Christianity has taught you whatever you think is right is acceptable to God. But that's not important to God. Read on.
Which is your reasonable service.
Read on.
And be not conformed to this world.
Now that's what's acceptable to God, that you're not conformed to this world. Now with that being said, do y'all celebrate Christmas? You celebrate Christmas, sister? You celebrate it? Come over so you can hear me.
Oh no, I already know. I'm already saved.
You saved already? We'll get into that. Did you know Christmas ain't in the Bible? That Jesus Christ, the black Messiah, wasn't born on December 25th. That comes from this philosophy. They made that up and gave you this white Jesus and said his birthday's on December 25th, start keeping Christmas. That's not acceptable to God. That's what Paul's talking about, having your mind changed, being not conformed to this world. And the officer will go into that if y'all stay here long enough, that Christmas is not of God. Christmas ain't Christ's birthday. Not at all. What's some more acceptable things to God? Give me 1 Timothy 2. Since you standing, what was your name, sister? Alexandra. I'm going to show you what's acceptable to God for women, all right? For young ladies. Read that.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
Now the word adorn means to cover yourself. And it says in modest apparel. Do you know what modest means? You don't know what modest means. Now, modest means to cover up, to not reveal. That's what modest means. Not to reveal everything that a woman has. God made us different. Women have a certain body shape and way y'all form. Men have a certain way. Now, the way women dress, you can entice a man's eyes to where he will lust after you. He'll say some sweet words to you, and then next thing you know, he's in your house. But God says to do what?
Let that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
That's what your God, who look just like you, said, to adorn yourself in modest apparel, because you're a Israelite from the tribe of Judah. And Israel means what for a woman? You are what? You a princess.
That's right.
Exactly right. Princesses dress in modest apparel. Princesses wear dresses. Now, I don't know how much you know about history, but throughout history, whenever you see pictures of queens and stuff, what kind of clothes do they have on?
They have on like
They got on dresses. Beautiful dresses. They can have on all kind of designs, because in their mind, they say, I'm a princess. I've got to dress a different way. And they royalty. But they not even the people of God, because a lot of times we see queens and stuff as white people. They're not even the people of God. You, Alexandria, are the people of God.
That's right.
You're a princess. So God says, sister, dress in modest apparel. From this day forth, renewing your mind, doing what's acceptable to God, is dressing in modest apparel. Now, what is modest apparel for a woman? What do you think that is? What do you think it is, young brother? Modest apparel for a woman. What do you think? No. Modest clothing. What do you think modest clothing? Don't reveal your body, that's modest. But what is the clothing that you have to wear that won't reveal? A dress. Exactly right. Now, you wore dresses before, right? Now, when you wear dresses that are modest, don't men approach you different? They don't say all kind of crazy things to you like, hey, hey, little mama, come here. They don't say that. They say that's pretty. Where do they get that from? Give me that Deuteronomy. No. Ezekiel 16. Was it Ezekiel 20? Which one is it? 16 or 20? 16. I'm going to show you why that dress, when they see that, they think that's beauty. They say it's pretty, because God ordained that for you to wear as a woman from the beginning. Read that. Ezekiel 16, you know what it is? Start at verse 20, I think it is. Ezekiel chapter 16. 16, we're going to start at verse 10.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 16, verse 10. I clothed thee also with broidered work, and shod thee with badger skin, and I girded thee about with fine linen.
So God said, when you was in your right mind, when you knew you was Israel, before you got to this land on slave ships, you was clothed in the baddest clothes that ever walked on the face of the earth. That's how much style. You know, we as a people, we got style. So this style goes all the way back to the ancient days. We had on bad clothing, broidered work. It wasn't none of this, what you call stepped on pressed t-shirts. No, we had fine clothes woven. Read on.
And I girded thee about with fine linen, and I covered thee with silk. I decked thee also with ornaments, and I put bracelets upon thy hands, and a chain on thy neck.
Jump to 13.
Verse 13. Thus wast thou decked with gold and silver, and thy raiment was of fine linen, and silk, and broidered work.
Read on.
Thou didst eat fine flour and honey and oil, and thou was exceeding beautiful.
God said we was what?
And thou was exceeding beautiful.
That's right.
As a princess of God, you are supposed to be walking around in exceeding beautiful stature. That's how you're supposed to carry yourself.
Right.
When brothers look at you, they can say something different about her.
Right.
She ain't like the rest of them girls. I ain't gonna approach her like that.
That's right.
And then with that thought, with that change in your physical appearance and your mind state, a man of God will start seeking you out. A man that's gonna treat you like the wife you're supposed to be.
Right.
You're supposed to be a wife of one man, not somebody's baby mama, not somebody's jump off, not somebody's fling. They ain't supposed to use you or talk sweet words for you for about 3-4 months until they get what they want and then they gone. That ain't how God has ordained or set it up for you. You're a princess of God that's supposed to be what?
Exceeding beautiful.
Read on.
And thou didst prosper into a kingdom.
Verse 14.
And thy renown
Thy fame, the way you used to dress, the way you used to carry yourself as a princess of God.
went forth among the heathens.
So all the other nations started to see how the Israelite woman started to dress, and they was like, I want to do that. I want to be like Alexandria. Let me start putting on a dress too then. And now you see that they have took that and ran with it to where they walk around in dresses as royalty, and we have took the other end. Where we start dressing like pimps, hoes, dots, all this stuff that God never meant for us to do. So let me show you that you're not supposed to be wearing pants, okay? Well, the brother can bring it out, all right? Bring it out.
Bible shows you that you should not be wearing pants. But give me, real quick, give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12 first. Since you know you're Israelite now, right? All right? Now, God requires something from his people. We can't live the way everybody else lives. Let's see what God requires from his people. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 12. And now Israel, not black, not African American, you know you're Israelite, princess of God, read. what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
What does he require of our people? How should we be living? Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God,
Fear God,
to walk in all his ways,
walk after his ways,
and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments.
do what?
To keep the commandments.
To keep his commandments. That's what he requires of you. Now we're gonna get one for you, sister. The officer was bringing out what his true beauty is, what should a woman wear, what should a man wear. We're commanded by God to dress a certain way. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
What does a woman wear that pertains to a man? You could think. What does a woman wear that pertains to a man? Hold your thought. What does she wear that a man wears, that a man should wear? Exactly. Pants. Keep reading. Pants. See, look. See the bathroom sign? How do you know it's a woman's bathroom and a men's bathroom?
That one has a dress and that one.
The woman has a dress and the man has pants. So when a woman's wearing pants, according to God, what is she doing? She's
Revealing herself as a man.
Exactly. And she's cross-dressing. So when Young Thug and Big Mama and Medea, when they wear those dresses in the movies, what are they doing? Teaching our men to be cross-dressers.
Right.
Teaching our men to be effeminate. Teaching our men to be gay, which is a sin too. All right? So read it from the top again.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So now should a man put on a woman's garment? So a man should be dressed, right? So that's a commandment. I know you probably know about don't lie, don't kill, don't steal. There's more than 10. This is one that you have to follow too. Knowing that you are Israelite sister now. Now I won't expect you just the next day just to throw your pants away. But as time goes on, if you want to be a true follower of God and you say you love God, you must keep that commandment. You must get out those shorts. You must get out those pants. Because why? You're a princess of God. And you shouldn't show your body to all those men, right? Only for your husband.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel, Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to Join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.